Welcome to Go Go Kaiju Show, where we have a healthy obsession with kaiju. I'm still trying to get used to that opening. I'm your co-host, Kent, and with me is your other co-host,
Jason. How's it going, everyone?
We are continuing, as if that was any shocker, pardon the pun, with Kamen Rider, the original series from 1972. However, before we continue with today's 4 episodes, I have to say a few things. One thing is my allergies have started to flare up the last couple days, so my voice may sound a little weird. So pardon that. Another thing is that we decided a couple weeks ago we're going to take a break from Kamen Rider.
And I think that's there's an obvious reason as to why, if you've watched the latest episode.
So we're taking a break for a while from Kamen Rider. We just kind of need to get a detoxing of Kamen Rider for a bit, because otherwise I think we're
just going to lose our minds.
Not just that, but I think become very unfair in our critiquing of the remaining episodes we have left, which is under 30. I know it's not a lot, but when you're sitting there watching them, it becomes a lot. So we decided we're going to come back to the show sometime after G-Fest, which could be anywhere from September 1st of this year to never. So it'll be sometime after this G-Fest. No, but seriously, we will get back to it at some point this year. We just don't know when exactly that's going to be. So basically from here until like August.
At least till some point, G-Fest, yeah.
At some point, like in, I don't know, maybe June or something like that, when scheduling for G-Fest panels and all that has come out, we will have a special episode on that with G-Fest. As you guys, if you are longtime listeners, know that in the past we have done that for every G-Fest except last year's, because we didn't go, so we didn't care. So we're going to do that. We're going to return to that. And then about a week or two after G-Fest, we'll have a post sort of G-Fest wrap up where we kind of talk about the convention as a whole, what we thought about it and things of that sort. And then otherwise, the remaining episodes are probably going to be filled with covering films that we have yet to discuss, and maybe anniversary stuff if we happen to remember certain things between now and kind of like August-ish. So, and so what we're going to do is we're going to cover the 10th anniversary of 2014's Godzilla, because around the time we're going to record, it will be close to the 10-year anniversary of when that film was released. We're going to not necessarily, to some extent, we will revisit the movie on some level, but it's also going to be sort of its legacy. 10 years of not just that, but also 10 years of the MonsterVerse and sort of its impact, its influence, that individual film's legacy as well. So I'm hoping to personally rewatch the film by the time we go through that discussion. Hopefully Jason will too. And
it's been a while since I've last watched it.
And so that's what's on the docket, at least for the next show. After that, we have no clue. So we'll iron all that stuff out in the weeks to come. So, Jason, is there any housekeeping that needs to be done before we?
Well, I don't really do much of that housekeeping anymore, but I just want to reiterate, or if you've seen the, as of this recording, if you've seen our post on Facebook and probably on some of the others, that we just launched our website as of yesterday. It's a little bit basic for right now, but over time it's going to be we're going to add maybe a little bit more to it. So just head over to gogokaijushow.com where you can get the latest episodes via video and as well as audio down below, and you can find us on the following video and audio platforms right then and there, and you can find blogs and everything, and then coming soon maybe some reviews and a few other things. So that's launched as of this recording live right now over at gogokaijushow.com.
All right, so are you ready to do our batch of episodes?
Yeah, just give me one moment here.
Okay, so before I even kind of get mine set up here, episode 64. By the way, we're doing episodes 64 through 67 today, in case you're wanting to follow along. 64 is titled "Monster Cicada Minga's Song to Kill Everyone." I gotta love these titles, man. Like, pretty amazing.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna get mine set up here.
Yeah, I've got mine at the 1 second mark here.
All right, so are you ready?
Indubitably.
Okay, so for the 1 billionth and not last time that I will do this, or say it, for those of you who have never joined us in a commentary before, what we do is I count down from 3. I go 3, 2, 1, go, and you hit play, select, or whatever button it is on whatever device you're using to watch these. All right, so here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Like I was telling Jason before we came on, this particular episode is pretty appropriate considering cicadas that have been hibernating for 13 and 17 years in parts of the Midwest are beginning to hatch and come out, and parts of the Midwest are looking like the apocalypse.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
These allergies, man, like the last couple of days have been annoying me. Like it's messed with my voice. I've developed a little bit of a cough. And...
Mine usually affects me when the weather sort of changes from
dramatically
from winter to spring or fall to winter. But the last couple or so years, it hasn't done that. So thankfully, I haven't had to go through that.
Yeah, I mean, I always start my allergy medication regimen the 1st of March to get a good head start, and it helps, but it's not like foolproof. So I have allergies from like early spring to late spring, and then again from like late summer to early fall. So here it says Song of Massacre. I like that more.
Mine is Son of Slaughter.
Ooh, which one do I like more? Slaughter or I think Massacre maybe a little bit more.
Son of Slaughter, I think, kind of rides smoothly.
Well, the alliteration.
Yeah.
Song of Slaughter. Oh, is this Ichiro? Oh, I know he was coming up soon. Is this the actor who played Ichiro?
What's with the ascot?
Oh, it is Ichiro, I believe.
The one with the yellow shirt?
The yellow shirt and blue baseball hat.
Oh, you're talking about the one from Godzilla's Revenge or Megalon?
Revenge.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it was Roxanne who was in Megalon.
Because, was it Revenge? That was 67, correct?
69. No, 70. Revenge was 70.
Let me just double check here. Time for another section of research.
Research. On the Go-Go Kaiju Show. I got it right this time.
Damn right.
The cicada blew up on him.
It's 1969.
I want to know what's accurate anymore because I've seen 1970 quite a bit with that one.
And then this was 1971, so 2 years later. I wonder how old Ichiro was at the time in 1969, so he'd be 2 years older, obviously.
Yeah. I am lighting Cicada Minga's suit here, the pincers and stuff.
It kind of reminds me. It kind of reminds me of that one sort of kaiju from the Ultraman franchise, Konegon. I think I'm saying that right. He's the one that eats coins or something of that.
I was gonna say, I think that's the one that eats coins, like, but this one doesn't eat coins.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying.
He isn't a clamfish.
I'm just saying he sort of looks a bit similar, maybe the head.
Hey, it's what? Oh, Ambassador Death, or wait a minute,
Ambassador Hell.
Okay.
Yeah, he just mysteriously came back for no apparent reason.
Well, didn't they say he was in South America briefly?
Yeah.
I thought they said in like the last episode we had he was briefly in... By the way, do cicadas here actually suck blood?
I would say no. That would be a mosquito.
I don't think so either.
For whatever reason,
that's the case, he looks like a mosquito.
Yeah, I was going to say that they're just using mosquito powers on a cicada that doesn't really exist.
Cicadas do not prey on other insects, are very unlikely to bite someone, and do not suck blood. So no.
So basically, it's not a cicada; it's a mosquito. And just
Maybe
the way that this quote unquote cicada looks, it's basically a mosquito.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. It looks like a mosquito face. Maybe they should have named it
Mosquito Man. Or, yeah.
Before the He-Man series. Like a decade before He-Man. I gotta take a look at what a cicada's face looks like. This is bugging me. Like, because I don't think they look like no, absolutely not. Their face almost looks more like a grasshopper's than it does this.
Yeah.
This should have been a mosquito. Because I don't think they've done a mosquito yet, have they?
Not to
It should have been a mosquito. Again, I look at the Minions suits, and it still reminds me of those villains in the Karate Kid movie. Yeah, it was, dude. Where have you been for like the last 63 episodes?
Do you realize that Taki's trying to look like Hongo here?
Oh my gosh, he is.
He's trying to be a Hongo wannabe.
They need to make
the Hongo fan club. He's trying to lead. He's trying to do a Hongo fan club.
They should have made that side series where Taki is like secretly like he'll go into a bathroom and be like my idol Hongo, and like he's messing with his hair and his clothes.
Well, and two, it's like he has sort of the same hairstyle as Hongo.
This time he does, yes.
Yeah.
And his shirt is buttoned down, except buttoned down even more than Hongo's.
And he also has almost the same gloves on his hands too that Hongo is wearing.
Oh my gosh, this is getting sad for Taki.
Boy, that son of the cicada really does some damage here.
What are you gonna do?
Sue him for damages.
What you gonna do, brother, when the cicada sings its song on you? He may have actually. Oh, what the world? I was about to say, though, before all that happened, I think he may have accidentally hit the guy there in the face.
I was just looking at the explosion of that one particular minion. It's like it was practically a doll, but it just exploded.
But still, just the whole idea.
Yeah. Boy,
but see, he like blew up into plaster.
Yeah.
And I understand they couldn't do guts and all that stuff, but
I mean,
Apollo.
Wasn't it in the second episode where they had someone explode and they had some sort of fake blood or something? They should have done
They
that.
probably did, but man, that was so long ago.
Yeah. Boy, this is very exciting car chase. Very fast.
I mean, this actually looks. I mean, look, I know the truck isn't going that fast, but it's still dangerous. Like if you were to fall off of that.
Yeah.
He punched him behind the head. Did you see that? To make it seem like he punched him, but his hand like went behind the head, and then like the minion moved a weird way.
Yeah.
That's not very convincing. Why is it that, and I think I've asked this before, why is it that minions and other villains in these toku shows and films always have this sort of creepy, high-pitched screech about them?
The only ones I know of so far have been doing that has been Kamen Rider. I don't remember.
There's the Starman serials do something similar at points.
It could be some sort of certain thing to identify that they're minions, but I mean, if they're wearing the same thing, then you should probably know that they are minions.
Me? Is that what he said?
Yeah. They better hope that the
Kamen Rider.
They better hope that the wires holding on to the boards and stuff are pretty secure when they're battling one another on those.
Well, I don't know. They may not have had the budget for that.
Because, I mean, you don't want Hongo to get injured yet again.
Can you imagine that?
Damn it, Hongo. You were injured once. We don't want you to get injured again.
Again, not a cicada.
I think that should have struck Taki the way where that explosion was at. It's like, how could you be so off on that, even though you were on him?
It's a kid's show.
I know that, but still.
Roll out. And now Dr.
He's been
Death
paralyzed. He's been paralyzed waist down. No, he wasn't. He was still walking perfectly fine.
I don't have answers.
Wow.
Well, please witness the power of Embed. He's asking, like, nicely.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
Please, sir, can I kill some people?
思った通りだ。あっちにやってる。いやー、心配させるなよ、たけし。もし時のに乗って本当にやられたのかと思ったぜ。いやー、あんたら嘘でもなかったんですよ。もうちょっと遅かったら完全に脳がやられていた。でもさ、うさったんなら入院しないで堂々と歩けば？ショッカーの連中には俺が動けないと思わせる方が何かと都合がいいな。で、わしらのやることは
He doesn't want to be there. Look, if you didn't need us, why are we here?
I want you to be here to be bait.
Yeah, it's like I would look at oh shoot, what's his name?
Tachibana.
Yeah, I would look at Tachibana and be like, some friend you are. Just when I need you the most, you want to bail.
I mean, didn't you call him Mo?
Mo, yeah. Calling him that so much, I actually forgot his actual character's name. Yeah, that doesn't look suspicious.
Yeah, we're just doing things like normal, like every day.
We're just
citizen.
a normal group of people in a normal car.
Just ignore us.
Godzilla's coming ashore. That would be quite the crossover. Dun, 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 dun. Count on you. You wanted to bail earlier. How can you miss that? That thing's pretty good size.
I don't know. They look pretty ordinary to me. I mean, it's just a normal looking broadcast tower.
It's really weird that they were looking for it, but yet the thing is just it's big enough that, you know.
Yeah, big, not only that, but tall enough.
Yeah, it's wide enough, tall enough.
Okay, so they find it, and then now they're having lunch.
What the heck? As the saying goes, that's some weird shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so they meant to do that?
So where the heck did they get that picnic basket? Because I didn't see them walking with it.
So what was the point of all that? If they knew what that was, why did they try? Okay, because the guy didn't give them any information on anything. He just told them to go. So what was the point of that whole performance?
That and where, like I mentioned earlier, where did they get that picnic basket? Because I did not see any one of them have it.
There was a scene that was cut where they found Yogi Bear, shot him, and then stole his picnic basket. And then Boo Boo saw too much, and well, they did him in too.
Jesus. I thought you were going to be serious instead.
The eyes look like they were made out of toy golf balls.
Or wiffle balls.
comrades.
In my killer sound waves.
Again, I still am trying to figure out the whole purpose of them. Like, they never even mentioned the whole purpose of trying to make it seem like they were just hikers stopping by. What were they hoping to get or find out or whatever? Like
I said, they were just bait.
Yeah, I mean, that meant nothing. That was nothing but to pad out runtime. That's basically what it was.
They can just easily get out of that whole rope there because it looks like it wasn't that tight enough.
I don't think Tachibana's in a hurry.
It's like, I want to be next to these gals.
Precisely. Yeah.
You know, that voice kind of sounds like the chief from King Kong vs. Godzilla. For that quote-unquote cicada.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, it kind of does. I'm like, what, chief? And I'm like, oh, I'm Faro Island.
Yeah. Spinny. By the way, what's your what's your thing?
Plus infinity for both.
I'll probably match that too. Uh-oh.
All right, so I'm at least even.
We expect. It never.
You see, he never has Taki with him at the end of these episodes. He's like, no, this is my moment.
Oh, well, look at this one. Now it's a.
Is that a rhino beetle or something?
Yeah,
it's a rhinoceros beetle.
Rhino-Beatron.
On my end, it says Kabutoron.
Mine's just Rhino-Beatron. Okay.
No, rhino beetles, like, aren't they also like partially dung beetles as well?
No, not that I know of.
No, I thought they took care of some dung too, but I don't know. I haven't read up on my.
I'm not
dung beetle.
really. I'm not really well versed into many insects. So. Anyways, your thoughts?
It was an okay episode. Very silly, very goofy. I think that was the kid who played Ichiro, and I think
he has a familiar face. Yeah,
I think he as an actor will come back in at least one more episode of Kamen Rider, because I've seen pictures of him in a different Kamen Rider episode before as well. That was not this, so that was kind of fun. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, I mean, Cicada Minga is not a cicada. That's a mosquito.
Yeah.
And they should have made him a mosquito. The whole purpose of Tachibana and the girls doing what they did at the tower, what was the point? And nothing paid off for that, other than them eventually becoming hostages. It was fine. I'll give it a C. It's average.
Yeah, I'm sort of right there with you. It's an all right episode, and the Cicada Minga, yeah, it's practically a mosquito the way that it's built out to be. I don't know where they get the cicada part from, because cicadas obviously they do not suck blood, as we've
nor is their face look like a mosquito's.
Yeah, as we've done a little bit of research on it earlier in the episode. And yeah, the whole Tachibana and the gals part, and wherever the hell that the picnic basket comes from, there's really no purpose for that part to be in this episode. It was practically meaningless in a way with what they did. And yeah, for me, I give this one a C as well.
All right, so episode 65, titled Monster Doctor Insect and the Shocker School. Or one of like 5 different titles I'm sure that this one has. Okay, we ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, here comes the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
Little what people know as you watch this or hear this, we had some boo-boos.
Well,
that's why we
know.
Don't do live shows anymore, because if something comes up, hey, it not only saves us, well, it doesn't save us time because we got to spend time fixing it, but it saves you time. So you don't have to fast forward through things or whatever. So you're welcome.
Although a little bit of time on the editing side.
Well, that's what I said. It technically doesn't save us time because we got to spend time fixing it.
Yeah.
I remember for a while, we were like, man, we need to do live shows because it'd be great. Well, for starters, hardly anyone joined our live conversations. So then on top of that, it seemed like very slowly over time, mistakes kept piling up. And so it started becoming like, this sucks because we can't really fix it. I mean, we can fix it for the audio, but not the actual video.
Well, we sort of now realize that after, 6 or so years after doing live?
Doing it live, unless you have like an incredible system all around that will never fail you, it's just best to pre-record.
At least recently when we were doing it live, I didn't have to do mostly none of the editing stuff on my end, because the software that we're using right now through the browser and stuff, it took care of the intro and outro stuff and everything like that. So
yeah. Well, as I've been
that's
saying
one upside.
As I've been saying for a while about really everything in life, there are pros and cons to everything.
Yeah.
So it's like you change one thing, you're trading off something else.
Right. But anyways, back to the show.
When we have problems, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get back to the show here.
So as I was saying 3 years ago.
Stop it.
I wonder if that was a real toy right there.
I wouldn't be a bit surprised when it comes to Japan, because it wouldn't take It wouldn't take them all that time just
That had to
come up
be.
with something.
Well, and then too, like there were like the show Knight Rider here in the early '80s. We had one of those Knight Rider pedal bike things, that plastic, the black plastic one. I don't even know if Knight Rider had a bike, because all I know it was a car, not a bike. But
Yeah, now that you mention about that.
maybe you were supposed to pretend you were driving the
I don't
car.
know. I mean, I have not watched Knight Rider, so
Neither
I wouldn't
have
have
I.
any idea. So that'd be something one of these days. If we do look into Knight Rider, have to check that out.
On this show?
No, just
I was gonna say, like,
on my own
what would
time.
make Knight Rider, a good candidate for this show?
just in my own time,
Okay,
whenever that is.
we could start a new podcast, the Rider Pod.
We tried doing that once, and it was
Well, we did. Well, it was the reason why it was was because we wanted to get back to doing kaiju podcasting. It was like a temporary relief from doing this.
that, but then also it was just a bit too much. Giggity.
This reminds me of the Beetleborg show, because I think it was
Sorta.
the leader of the Beetleborgs was a rhino beetle.
The heck?
I thought that was like a camcorder, something like, here you go, now record everything.
Well, it sort of is, but it also kind of reminds me of one of those bug machines on Star Wars where they are hiding in the sand, I think in Tatooine, where they like stick their little cameras out of the sand and just look around.
Oh yeah, like I think it was in Empire Strikes Back, like at the beginning in the snow.
That, yeah, Hoth, when they're on Hoth or something like that, yeah.
Sorry, folks, I am not a hardcore Star Wars fan, so I don't know everything. I'm very casual.
Even though we technically watched those movies quite a bit during our younger days.
I didn't watch them that often. I mean, I watched them enough to understand and know what the whole like general story is, but like I remember when Revenge of the Sith came out. That's when the first Lego Star Wars game came out, and I was addicted to that game. I played that like crazy.
Well, and even
so much fun.
the was it the Rogue Squadron game for the 64?
Rogue Squadron was fun. Which, by the way, I'm playing a game called Squadrons on my Xbox One, and I thought it was going to be like Rogue Squadron, but it's not. It's like a first-person version of that. And I'm not big on first-person stuff anymore. Like, part of it is it makes me sick because I'm old. I get motion sickness real easily now.
I was like that when GoldenEye came out. Like the
But it
first
took
person
me
shooter.
hours to get sick on that.
Yeah.
Now it takes me minutes. Like, I can't swing on swings anymore because I get sick.
You should have seen that little girl, what she was doing.
Wow,
But anyways,
the way they made up the eyes.
But anyways, was it not only Rogue Squadron, but Battlefront? That was a pretty good one.
Battlefront's fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like the video games more than I like the movies. Star Wars as a video game concept is like genius. As movies, it's pretty hit and miss.
Yeah. But we need to focus on Kamen Rider here. That looks like the professor from Godzilla vs. Biollante.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not.
Kind of looks like in the face in a way.
A little bit.
When we see him again, yeah.
How is he able to quickly put the van in park and run out that fast?
He's not Bonnie.
Let go of the loose earth. What are you doing? You're the one who ran away from me. You know you're guilty of something.
Quit being suspicious.
Being sus, as my kids like to say.
I mean, just look at the face. He kind of looks like that professor from Biollante.
Except thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Iron Man
they call him Kabuto Torong or something like that. Yeah, Kabuto Ruong, Kabuto Ruong.
I mean, that's the same thing I'm getting on my subtitles.
I have a hard time seeing it, and yet granted, he's a native Japanese, but
yeah. Giggity. Where does the train come from? It's like they were just on a mountainside there, and then all of a sudden, just right where a train is.
I find this weird because they just said a bazooka isn't going to do a dent, but yet a train will. Like, arguably, a bazooka is probably more powerful than the initial impact of a train.
Yeah, because of the shock waves and the literal impact.
But yet a train. I mean, look at how slow this train is going. Even what? This is some horse crap.
Boy, he went pretty long on that rider.
I know. I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, come on. You're strong enough. You can easily move that.
Yeah. Apparently for a bus that, a train can break up, but a bazooka couldn't. He got through the window without any problem, and now he's having issues trying to lift up a flimsy bar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even I could lift that. Why is he trying to save the bus? It doesn't matter. No one's in it.
Maybe there's...
He's trying to save the train. I'm like, why is he trying
I was going to say...
I forgot there are people on the train. Forget those people. Can you imagine me? That's why I'm not a superhero, because I'd be like, I'll leave it. And then, the train crashes. Like, oh, shit, I forgot there are people on the train, too.
Yeah, save yourself. Screw the train with a bunch of people.
That's why I'm not a superhero. Oh, man.
This is why you probably would fail horribly if you try to join up a superhero organization.
I would just go to the press and be like, Zack Snyder told me to do it. That's what his version would be.
But here, now you have the train going really fast on that part.
Of course. Yeah. This whole idea of a shocker school is hilarious.
I'll just have to find out. But always in the end, you're gonna get creamed. That was probably fun going down.
It is until you try to land.
Yeah. Just don't stand there. Do something.
That'd be great if Taki then like turned out into a Tide commercial because he had grass stains all over his pants. You get the grass stains out of my fighting pants. I use
well, not only grass stains, but whatever the beetle dude.
Yeah. We're still stuck on that cicada.
Apparently.
Again, not a cicada. Don't be so dramatic.
You're not that badly hurt. I mean, come on, you're a cyborg too. I was going to say, if that beetle was in the Tachibana's place, there's like, how would you not notice that? But no, it was in one of those brainwashed kids.
But let me just add, have you met our group of heroes?
Well, yeah, for like the last 65 episodes.
But let me just say, though, too, these guys aren't always the sharpest knives in the drawer.
Well, yeah, that's a bit obvious.
I mean, Tachibana, the last episode, was like trying to weasel his way out.
And also trying to make and trying to do a pointless sort of plan.
He was all up for that.
Apparently. It'd been funny if we got him busted. And then
he's all right doing this kind of work because he'll send a child in harm's way, but he doesn't want to get himself in.
Maybe that's why he wasn't. Maybe that's why he's not married in this show.
He's not a very nice person. The Shocker School has very short learning periods because they just started. Now they're going to graduate in after what, 1 week?
30 minutes.
What was it? Here, kid, this is an innocent human being. You killed him. Any questions?
I think that's literally what they're going to be doing.
サッカースクールの生徒よ。お前たちに与えたカブトムシは小型手榴弾にもなる素晴らしい武器だ。さあ、一人ずつ
Take turns. After the first grenade, there won't be much of Taki for the other grenades to work appropriately.
And see, that's literally what they're doing. What you said.
Assuming the first, I mean, even if the first kid doesn't like hit him properly to like blow him into bits, he's still gonna be blown into enough pieces to where like you're gonna be like, where should I throw it over his leg over there, or like his torso there, or what about his head? Like, what do you do after that? What?
Yeah.
Like, what's the thinking behind this?
Just to let you know again, it's a kid's show.
I know, but this makes 2 consecutive episodes where we're scratching our heads going, this wasn't thought out that well.
Oh, you can go further. It's not like you're on a cliff.
They're children. Yeah, you could outrun them.
That too.
Well, I guess they still have their grenades, don't they?
Yeah.
But still, they're children. They can't throw it that far. The children are more likely to step on their own grenades than they are to throw it far enough to catch up to them after they begin running. I have to say this, and I don't think I've mentioned this before after like 65 episodes. Some of the shaky camera work has gotten old because, I mean, it's like, man, it gives me a little bit of a headache if enough of it lasts long enough.
Well, I mean, what can you do when they're
I
in
understand
situations?
that, but then again, it's the choice of where do you film it. They didn't have to go on this ski lift. The cameraman could have been down on the ground on a dolly or something.
Well, and then too, they like maybe certain storyboards call for certain areas of where to angle the camera, and there's situations where you can't do much about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand that there are moments where, like, I don't have problems with it happening once in a great while, but it seems like it's happening more and more frequently.
I mean, just as long as that the camera is not really shaken to where it's almost literally impossible to know what the hell's going on.
That's understandable,
but
especially when they go do car stuff.
But then, if it's shaking a little bit, like during that whole ride there, I wouldn't really argue or worry about that. It's just
I personally do, just because I thought
the sheer shaking, like to where you can't really understand what the hell is going on.
I think if they had cut that down in half, I would be more okay with it.
Yeah, that certain sequence went on a little too long.
Plus infinity. I think I already said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a rich man. Like,
and he exploded too.
You must be like a few seconds behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, probably like a couple of seconds.
So the kids fell. Don't you think maybe some of those grenades would have accidentally gone off, or they would have accidentally landed hard enough on a grenade that kapow?
Well, just as long as that they didn't take the pin out or whatever the pin was.
I would still think though, like even on a grenade, even if you don't take the pin out and you put enough pressure on it, it would still go off.
I don't
like if you
necessarily.
What's with all the insects now?
That's what I'd like to know.
Oh, yeah, the graveyard.
Yep. Now the graveyard
that you had. Okay.
Okay. So, thoughts?
Once again, it's fine. Another head scratching moment as far as the whole grenade thing with the kids in Taki. The whole Shocker School was real funny. They shouldn't have named it Shocker School. Again, granted, it's a kids show. That's why they named it, so the kids would understand, and so the kids are placing themselves in with the kids in the show. As an adult, it's really silly. So I guess I'll kind of let that one go. It was fine. I'm getting a little tired of the insect stuff, personally. But even then, a good story can kind of get me to forget that. But it's fine. Nothing that really got me excited. Nothing that, the whole Hongo excitement of him showing back up, I know has worn off for me by now. I'm still going to give it a C.
Yeah, this one, I would say it's also all right with me. The Rhino Beatron, or whatever you call this one.
Kabutoron?
Whichever, but the suit for it, I'd say it's all right. It kind of goes. Yeah. It's much more better represented compared to the cicada one from the previous.
You can't get off of that.
Well, same with you too. But yeah, the overall premise for this one with the Shocker School, for me, it didn't seem like it necessarily need to be in here. I would say try to do something else when it comes to this Rhino Beatron, and then as well as the sequence with the Sky Rider battle lift part. Yeah, the ski lift part. Yeah, that one went on a little bit too much. I would have agree with you on that one. They should have cut. I would say at least half of that one. It went on a little too much on that front, but overall, it's an all right episode. Almost sort of the same thing, just with different skin on it. Almost literally every episode at this point is practically the same, but nonetheless, I'll at least give this one a C+.
Now, doesn't it seem to you like how threatening Shocker has been kind of diluted a little bit for a while now? It seems like they've gotten sillier with some of their plots.
I would at least say since episode, I would say right around the halfway point, it's sort of gotten to that point.
Because it seemed initially like Shocker, like there were, like even for a kid's show, there were not only some adult things going on in terms of like some of the violence, but even like the story as well. Like even talking about like in one episode dealing with the gold and how that's going to wreck economies and stuff. That's pretty sophisticated for a kid's TV show. And now it seems like it's gotten more childish in their plots. Like it doesn't seem like Shocker is as potently dangerous as they once were.
And same goes with the other side too, especially with Tachibana with his shtick in the previous episode with the gals and all that. trying to find this radio tower or something, and they were trying to look for it, and it's like, it's sort of obvious. It's right there. It's tall and big enough. You should have spotted it like from afar of where it was at. And then their whole plan, what they were trying to do there. So, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. But I guess when your show is like 93 episodes.
98.
I keep forgetting. I know it's in the 90s.
But anyways.
Are we ready?
Yes, I
Shocker
am
Graveyard Revive Monsters.
I am ready here.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, the character, especially right here, doesn't seem all that exciting. The way that he's writing, the way that they had it previously, it felt more exciting in a way.
This whole show once felt more exciting.
You got that right.
And that makes me sad to say. Like, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck, but
I mean, the first, like we said earlier, the first 21 or so episodes of the show, it was pretty darn exciting. And then whenever it came to Hayato and stuff, it sort of...
What a bore.
Sort of gone downhill.
I mean, and I know I said this like the previous podcast, but they should have stopped when they were ahead. Because 93 episodes of something like this, where there's
98.
very little discrepant... Whatever. It's too many, regardless. Where there's very little discrepancy between the episodes, it does become monotonous. Like, I think very, very few people, unless you grew up watching this as a kid somewhere and you have nostalgia for it, if I were watching this on my own time and not for the podcast, it probably would take me 3 years or better to get through this show. Because I'd be taking so many breaks because I'd be going, it's the same thing with just minor tweaks here and there. Like, you know, I mean, they should have stopped because there were some, I think, like Super Robot Red Baron stopped at episode like 39 or something like that. Some stop at 26.
And that's the one good thing of the modern tokusatsu stuff, particularly Ultraman nowadays, where they just go up to between 12 to 24 episodes.
Yeah, like, you know, and like when we did Iron King, that was 26 episodes. Like, Kamen Rider, I think, would have been served well to stop between like 26 and 39 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Here we go again. More
powdered sugar.
Yep.
That's the thing, like, even with the break, like let's say we take a 5-month break from this. Even when we come back, I'm going to be like revived. And I'll be like, all right, let's do this. And then immediately within the first 5 seconds, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah.
It's basically what we done just recently where we took a little bit of a break and then we were so excited to get back. And then all of a sudden it's like, Yeah,
well, and that's the thing that, in my opinion, is going to hurt this series when we're done. That even if we were to take a year and come back, like maybe through the first couple episodes, I'll be like, all right, like, yeah, I'm back into it. And then by episode 3, I'll be like, uh-oh. But this thing, because it went on for so long, its formula really has not changed. My opinion of it is going to be more negative than if this series was somewhere between 26 and 39 episodes.
And that's the one worry about other future shows and stuff that we potentially could do. And that's right. Also one thing why I don't like to do a whole lot of commentaries, because it's just, after a while, it just gets a bit tiring. And then monotonous too.
Well, and like I told you on the last episode, even if we did this on our own time and just did the discussions like we did before, I think for me it would be worse. I would be pulling my hair out because I would be by myself without someone to like crack jokes with.
Oh,
And-
you can still do that on your own too, and also with that you get a general over feeling of what the whole show is.
Well, yeah, but again, it all goes back to my point of this series went way longer than it should have.
Oh yeah, but still with a lot of shows they're going to be a bit monotonous no matter what. Even
But see,
with,
here's the thing.
even with the modern day ones, they've gotten to be
yeah,
a bit monotonous.
but even then, like you said, there are 12 to 24 episodes. It doesn't settle in long enough to the point to where you're ready to be like, oh my God, will it end? Like, even the original Ultraman series, 39 episodes. Yeah, more or less the same type of formula. But you know what? Even for a series that is almost a third as long as this, there were enough differences at various points in that series to where it made things a little bit fresh at times. And at the same time, it didn't run as long as something like this to make you want to pull your hair out.
Well, even at this point, just commentating almost the same episode over and over again, I'm that way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with very little changes. But a show like Ultraman, even though it was one, shorter, but two, even in its shorter episode batch, it provided some differences. So you got to blame probably the studio, definitely the writers. There's a number of people to blame for this.
But with shows overall with many episodes and almost pretty much the same, I would rather just kind of go through them and then just do an like a general.
Oh, yeah.
overview.
I mean, I get it. I would just be afraid I would have committed suicide before we got to that point with this series, because I'd be like, oh my gosh.
I mean, you've watched shows continuously and stuff. I mean, you can still manage to do it.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, again, like you and I keep saying,
But
this
then-
thing is insane.
But then too, it's not like it's like, I know we talked about it, that we don't have to go through every single episode. Like, for example, this show, you wouldn't have to go through all the 98 episodes in one weekend. We would just do like sections or something.
Right, yes. By the way, getting back to this episode.
Yeah.
I am loving the part where we're getting some of the cool villains back here.
Mm-hmm.
I always tend
Some
to like...
of the old ones and some of the more recent ones.
I always enjoy movies and shows that bring back older... Well, like a group of villains, I should say, together. Because I remember one of the first times I was introduced to that concept was an old He-Man episode where they had Beastman, Evelyn, Trapjaw along with Skeletor, and I remember as a kid, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Like, I've never seen them all together at once, and
Yeah.
it's just like that whole idea was really cool.
It was that way for quite a few other shows back then too. I think Turtles have done that as well.
Are they trying to get him drunk?
Sure looks like it.
そっかから逃げてきたんだ。10巻ね、ライダーにやっつけられた怪人どもをまた生き返らせて使ってるんです。そんな怪人連中がいてるそんな。わしらだって荷が重いぞ。
Why are you complaining? You hardly do anything. You hardly stick your neck out.
そっかよ。この周囲を包囲したから手を挙げて出てこいって。
Well, Shocker was surrounding your place the last episode, too.
They almost do that a handful of episodes. So it shouldn't be that surprising to them. At this point, if I were Tachibana, like erect some sort of anti-shocker type of system around your building. I can't hear you.
I missed what you said because you froze for like 30 seconds or so.
Oh, okay. That's strange. I was saying that if I were Tachibana, I would have erected some sort of anti-shocker sort of system around it.
Tachibana does not care about that crap.
Exactly.
He's so lazy and just he's such a Goomba himself that I don't trust him because again he tried weaseling his way out. Like his true colors came out. He doesn't want a part of this anymore. And like I could understand after a while your life being in danger that you want out, but one of your best friends is like the superhero. I probably would feel safer around him. Yes, you still got a target on your back, but he's superhuman. Like, what a Goomba.
Well, after 60 some odd episodes, you start getting sick and tired, just like us.
Tachibana's like done with it too. What are your odds?
Infinity.
It's going to happen at least to one of like the 10 generals they revived. You know it will.
Well, it's going to be the main one, obviously.
Yeah.
It's always going to be the villain of the episode that gets it.
You did get Kamen Rider or Shin Rider, right?
Yeah.
That's
I got
the
it from
movie
that.
we need to cover
I got it from that
after
eBay one.
That's the movie we need to cover after we finish this series, whenever that is.
Wait, that guy was a villain?
Yeah.
Oh.
Longhorn Kid, is that the name on your end?
Mine is Mantis Kid.
It's Longhorn. You think of Longhorn, you think of the cattle.
Yeah.
But still, you add Kid regardless.
But this one doesn't. Again, just like the cicada, this one does not look like a mantis.
This one doesn't even look like a longhorn. It's not by a long shot. That's even worse than the cicada. Man, we need to make a T-shirt that says the cicada and all exclamation marks at the end in all caps.
Or just say this is a cicada and just have that picture there.
And then another picture that says this is not a cicada. And then put like in parentheses cicada manga Kamen Rider episode whatever it was. Like this is cicada, this is not a cicada. Oh man, the T-shirt possibilities are endless. Buy our non-existing merch.
Yeah. It's Cheetah Man.
It reminds me of that Mike Matei thing when he covered Cheetah Men for one of his video streams and how awful that game is.
Well, Angry Video Game Nerd pretty much introduced that many years ago.
Well, yeah, but Mike Matei like actually played through Cheetah Men from beginning to end on a stream.
Wait, why are you carrying Kamen Rider? Come on. Don't call Tachibana Pops.
Sacrifices. Who you? What deity are you making a sacrifice to?
Well, according to my subtitles, it says Devil Festival. Yeah.
That's even like goofier.
Festival. Yeah. Whoever did the subtitles for this version, yeah.
Yeah, but your subtitles maybe could be right. I don't know.
Oh, you can breathe. Come on.
See, on my end, it's the minion said it hurts.
Mine says can't breathe.
See, yours makes more sense than that. Like,
But still, it doesn't make sense
Okay.
because he wasn't like choking him or like blocking any air pipe or anything.
right, but I could see, a sniveling little villain trying to make it seem like you're choking them in something that's close to being choking. The way it was said on my end made no sense whatsoever. Like, it was supposed to hurt. That's the whole point. Like,
Didn't look like it hurt to me.
that guy gave up pretty easily.
But yeah, he still gets his shit beaten.
Oh, yeah. If I were Kamen Rider, I would have done the same thing.
Just say thanks. Pow.
It says mystical gibberish on my end. I never thought we'd see that again.
Maybe with that subtitles, it would say it.
Mystical gibberish again.
What is Shocker now getting into religion?
Okay, so if this thing had existed all this time and Shocker knew it, why wasn't this a part of earlier episodes?
Beats
That's a
me.
rhetorical question. You don't need to answer it.
But also, it's funny that you just see a bunch of crosses just randomly placed in front of this open cave.
Well, and that's the thing. Don't you realize, and I'm not talking to you specifically, more like...
Oh, you're
Shocker,
talking to me,
that
though.
the cross is a symbol of Jesus's crucifixion.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
people who are devil worshippers have, like, the pentagram. So, yeah, like you said, why are there crosses here? More mystical gibberish. That has to be turned into a t-shirt.
That was some really strong chains that they had.
Shocker's such an amateurish organization. So much so that the dubbers have to put mystical gibberish.
Not sure how they can get all this confidence from trying to take over the world.
Yeah, I mean, again, the whole idea of crosses and like, not only is it just straight up wrong, it's done in poor taste as well.
talked about that Rhino Beetle, and here's Rhino Gang from a few episodes ago.
Or as he's named on my end, Rhino Gangster. Go for it. I was waiting for him to explode there, actually.
I was sort of expecting that too, but no.
Oh!
Maybe they are going to explode one by one here.
Can you imagine how rich we're going to be when this is done?
Well, we're
We'll be able
already
to buy
rich.
the planet.
We're
Oh,
already
wait a minute.
rich.
Wait a minute here.
Yeah, he's going to explode.
He's going to explode. So we came out even there, but still we're rich. All of them are going to blow up.
But as far as the main dude, he's probably going to do the same rider kick and then explode.
So is he going to showcase all of his special finishing moves here?
I guess. Because you have rider throw there and then previously rider punch. What the heck?
The pit.
Should have just exploded right there.
Yeah, he dove in. It was so obvious that he dove in. I'm missing the earlier Rider episodes. When they were a little bit more fresh, a little bit more
Doing
fun.
another right. Whoa. Threw both of them up in the air there.
So here we are. Riders swim? That's a move.
Yeah.
Never seen that one. I would like to see it now that they mentioned it.
Well, I saw one earlier. It said a rider plane. Rider screw?
Rider
lung?
I have
going
to
on?
see all of these now.
Rider drill shoot. Oh,
Oh, no rider kick.
well, still rich though in the end.
Yeah, came out even. We get a bonus for that blowing up.
Yeah.
とうとうやったぞ。
私たち助かったんだわ。私本当に怖かったわ。
大丈夫ですか。おい、ライダーは。
あそこよ。
But yeah, rider screw.
Yeah, that's one we gotta see.
Yeah, definitely see how that actually works.
仮面ライダーを待ち受ける次の瞬間の日本は正常か。行け。
My mind's going to a bunch of different
Yeah,
places.
I know.
我らの仮面ライダーを狙うショッカー本部が撃った次なる死者は怪人の動きに試す。世界各地から次々と上陸してくるショッカー幹部たち。
Oh, what's this guy?
ライダーとノコギリ
Saw shark.
Oh, like a saw shark. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, according to my subtitles, his name is Sar Sharkus. Okay.
Mine, it says the shocker leader appears like great danger, something like that. Something really ridiculous.
Anyways, your thoughts?
You know what? Having some of those previous generals come back is always fun. They seem to have gotten a little bit more involved than previous episodes where they brought back some of the earlier generals. With all that being said, though, it still is a little meh. I mean, Nothing. It was kind of neat though at the end seeing different finishing moves because I was really afraid it was all going to be like Rider kick or something like that. So
Right.
seeing a variety of finishers at the end was really nice to see. The rest of the story and all that, it's fine. Like we talked about with the symbolism of the cross, it makes no sense, and it's really kind of done in poor taste for what Shocker was trying to do there. But at the end of the day, because of a number of old villains coming back and different finishing moves at the end, I'll give this one a C+.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Out of the 3 episodes so far that we've seen, this one's probably better batch out of the 3 until we can get to the 4th one. We'll see here. But yeah, as far as quote unquote Mantis Kid again,
or Longhorn Kid,
like 2 episodes ago, it's not what it is. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's good to see some of the previous Shocker generals in this one again. But nevertheless, still sort of the same thing here. But at least get to see a little bit of combo type of Rider moves here instead of just the usual Rider kick in here. This time around, just see the Rider punch or the Rider throw, whichever. But they still explode in the end. But yeah, I would at least give this one a B-.
Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Jason's feeling very generous today.
Well, like I said, out of the 3 episodes that we've seen so far, this one's the better one.
All right, so the final episode that we're going to cover today and for a while, at least on my end, it's called The Shocker Leader Appears, Riders in Danger.
Yeah, mine just cuts off right after Rider. There, so
it's like you don't need to know.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. It's going to be a little surreal for a while to, like, not be covering Kamen Rider.
But at least it's going to be refreshing.
Yeah.
Talking about something else after a year or so.
Well, and you and I know we've mentioned this before, but during this whole off period, we really need to be talking and considering, like in terms of movies, like what other movies do we want to do for discussion? Like I know like we could do the Jurassic Park series again because we've always done like with commentaries on movies and in the discussion. So Jurassic Park, we can always eventually come back to as well and do discussions. So that's a possibility down the road. But yeah, like look at other possible kaiju films and stuff. We talked about Craw and Zarkor last time. That's a possibility.
You tried to buy that, and I was like, dude, you can just watch it on Prime.
Well, and I'm like, yeah, and then I started thinking about it more. I'm like, yeah, those were terrible. I don't want to own them. So I went back and canceled that order. See, it says a rider in danger, whereas on my menu it said riders in danger. They can't get things straight with the subtitles here. I keep forgetting Taki is a member of the FBI.
Yeah.
But again, it should be Interpol because the FBI is the Federal Bureau of Investigation and it works more exclusively inside the United States. The CIA works outside of the states and inside. but not the FBI. Like the FBI can kind of sort of work, but then all that work still involves internally in the United States. So if you're going the route that they're doing here, it should be Interpol.
Well, I think FBI does some things on the outside when it comes to certain things, because the one anime that I watch, Detective Conan or Case Closed, they also involved the FBI in that one too.
Unless there's a Japanese. Well, we did look this up, I thought. Like, the Japan does have their own version of the FBI, but it's called something different. Oh, they got a little bit of red on their suits this time.
They were that way before in a certain amount of episodes. I like how the whole rock thing, you can obviously see the foam.
Yep. I wasn't going to say anything because I'm like, that's too obvious.
What the heck? That cabin just all of a sudden exploded.
Yep, Andre's dead. Oh, see, here we go. Exposition to try to get us to feel for Taki when the storytelling is short and poor, and they could have made this a multi-parter instead, but no, we're not going to do that. I thought that guy was going to bash the other guy over the head with the fishing pole. The way it looked is like, I thought he was going to hit him over the head.
Oh, it's
Tachibana and Taki. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Well, it's like Taki's trying to get you to be on his side now when he was trying to do that whole exhibition.
It's poor storytelling. I mean, again, it's a kid show, but even then, it's so amateurish for a kid show. There were kid shows when we were growing up that did a better job of trying to make you feel for the characters if something similar like this happened. I'm going to just come right out and say it now. The writing on this series for probably the last 30 to 40 some odd episodes has been abysmal by and large. There have been momentary flashes.
You don't say.
Decency. But by and large, it's lazy and just bad.
You don't say.
Oh, I am saying.
That looks
drops
like
it and kaboom.
That looks like the one thing from Turtles. Yeah,
the ooze.
The ooze.
Maybe this is how they got started.
But it's way too early.
Tachibana.
It's way too early yet. It's not the 80s.
Hey, that's what we were told. It's what we were told.
It's got to be the 80s.
Remember
man.
that. You don't believe everything you see on TV. I like his little homicidal maniac of the sea. I love that. Why do they keep saying that? They said it in the last episode and they're saying it here. Why is the wheel turning?
That's what I like to know.
Is this a self-driving car?
Yeah, you can say that.
No, he's not, because the car was steering him out of the way. That's so stupid. Because we saw the wheel turn as the road was turning. He was... Did you see the hand?
Yeah! It wasn't supposed to show.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised they did not cut that out or redo it.
Well, like I've been telling you, the shooting schedules are probably really tight.
Well, yeah, obviously, yeah.
And the budget is probably so thin too. You can't afford to get some new reels of film.
But still, you would think that they would have tried to maybe cut to one point of the whole segment there.
Wow.
It was so obvious.
I mean, we've seen a lot of egregious things with this show, but that might be one of the worst.
One of the worst in a while.
This guy played the cicada cover guy when they were at the tower.
It was one of the minions that disguised as one of the electricians from that radio tower there.
Yeah, it was this exact same actor.
Yeah.
Like, do they just have general photos of people that they scan at Hideout and are like, okay, I'm going to be this guy today?
Possibly.
That's the only explanation I can think of. Wow. Oh my gosh, this episode is revealing so much. And not in a good way.
Already, I would say the previous episode's the best one.
Now, I have to say, because I have yet to say it, I do like the shark suit. It is really cool. Mm-hmm. Well put together.
Yeah.
That seems to be like the only real compliment I can give these episodes anymore is about the villain suits. Otherwise, it's like, okay.
Like what we said, the episodes have become monotonous and literally the same thing, but just a different villain of the episode.
Well, and then I did compliment the different finishers last episode too, because otherwise it's always been Rider kick. Holy mackerel, this show. That's another reason why you don't want to go on for 98 episodes, because I think some of the actors are getting a little tired of what they're doing.
That, and then with the schedule for the 98 episodes, there's going to be some technical quality mishaps or a bit of low quality.
We know where the budget goes.
Yeah.
Explosions. You got a motorcycle that shoots bombs or whatever. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be afraid to go through them. Like, we haven't seen his motorcycle do much in a long time. Like, his motorcycle's supposed to shoot guns or something like that, and it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Calls him small fry.
That was a few feet of air.
I've just learned to just go with it because I've seen that so many times up to this point. He's trying to talk. We're interrupting him.
Well, it's kind of what he did in a couple episodes ago, where one blurted things out and just bitch slapped him after that.
Gary Zames. Gary Zames is his name.
Mine's just Saw Sharkus.
That's weird.
Well, I mentioned about it when they were showing the episode preview in the last episode. What the heck is the thing kind of around his neck there? It kind of looks like a vampire type of thing. Or loose skin.
A frill, I guess.
It's kind of a weird.
Oh, it's
place.
like the shoulder pads or whatever of the suit there.
Uh-oh.
I think. Kick killer. He's got kick killer. It took you long enough, Shocker, to like.
mine was just called kick counter.
Oh boy.
That sounded like Golden Bat the way you laughed.
Kind of, yeah.
Even though it's made from the same company.
I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I miss Golden Bat.
Boy, mine, I had to pause mine there because mine just did the blackout and then back in instead of showing that breakers
Oh.
shot. What the heck? What the heck happened there?
I hope they got paid enough to do that sort of thing.
I would like to know how much they were getting paid.
Not enough.
What the heck?
That wasn't that well hidden.
What the heck? So Taki took his spare time to insert some sort of secret FBI type of machine in Tachibana's establishment. Wow.
He didn't ask for his permission, obviously.
Or some kind of permit to put that in there.
Well, when you're the FBI, you don't need a permit.
Wow, they're still doing tape. That's quite a lot of tape.
今まで絶対姿を見せなかったこのシールはいよいよ登場するのか。
一体狩猟の正体は何かしら。私の勘だと人間じゃないな。
Well, that's obvious.
Damn it, man. It's such brilliance.
Did you just figure all that out just now?
What a fucking genius.
Now you get another branch involved. More branches.
Wow.
Yeah. Almost just put it all on his entire face there.
This show, man. This show. Man. There are parts of me that will miss this show for a while.
But after a while, it'd be like, why?
Yeah. As some of the absurdity is just incredible. Like the way some of those guys look from the different countries. I mean, you talk about generalizations.
avenge Andre, even though that they're just taking their sweet time attacking the minions. Finally getting somewhere.
It still always looks like they use duct tape for the lower part of that helmet. I'm serious. Every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, they use duct tape.
Or just like grocery paper sacks. Just cut them open and just...
The budget's so deep, they just crumple up.
Yeah.
Stick it in the helmet.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Really? We're going back to this? Hey. Hey.
You can definitely see where they cut the eyes out there.
Yeah. Don't do the rest because you know they're all... Damn it, Ryder.
He's not going to listen to you.
Andro gas.
Why didn't they use this earlier if it's gas made for cyborgs? Well, yeah, it seems like this short guy is perfectly fine, even though he's a cyborg.
They probably did something with him, but then again, they're not going to say as such because, well, again, the writing isn't that good. Did you guys feed the kids?
Yeah, we're doing it right now. Like some guy who's shot
Love you. Hey, close the door. Goof. This damn show, I tell you. I don't know why, but it still was so funny when he like slammed into the table and the mannequins toppled over and you hear this big crash.
Yeah.
That was just so funny for some reason. I think part of it is it reminds me of something you would see out of the Three Stooges.
Bet.
Oh, yeah, plus infinity. Yeah.
I'll do the same.
Or could we finally see Ryder swim here? I would rather see that.
Or Ryder screw.
Did you see the shocker leader? It's right there. What are you talking about? It's a trap. Oh my gosh.
Are you dumb? He's right in front of you.
Oh, man. Bravo. Bravo, Taki. That's why they pay you the big bucks. That'd be funny if there was a rock there and as he went to dive in, it's like slam. Oh.
That would have been bad.
And you hear this big slam as he lands. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this has got to be one of the goofiest, unintentionally goofiest episodes. Come on, I really do want to see something like the Ryder swim. I'm willing to lose part of my bet just to see something new.
Oh, he's doing the drill shoot again.
He's gonna blow up. That's lame.
No, it's
You
still
were in
even.
the water. The song said "Riders swim." I am expecting you to use that at some point. This would have been a perfect villain to use it on.
He's not there. Come on, Taki. He was out there with you.
He's not immortal.
Shocker leader remains a mystery.
Bunch of stupidity. Hey, Dr.
now-
Death.
Yeah.
Monster Squid Devil.
Oh, this is. I think this is. Yeah. Could this be the final episode where we see
Oh,
Dr.
it
Death?
could be for Dr. Death.
Yeah, terrifying truth of Dr. Death. Yeah.
And we gotta wait.
Yep.
But we got something to look forward to, I guess. But guess what? We won't remember.
Yeah. All right. Your thoughts?
Unintentionally hilarious and unintentionally bad.
And dumb.
The whatever the Saw Shark android name is, Gearmius, whatever. The suit's fantastic. So many weird screw ups and like turns of phrase. Hey, did you see the Shocker General as he's fighting him? And the crashing into the this one, like. Here's the thing. Honestly, this is like a D- episode, but because it made me laugh enough, I'm giving it a D+. Like, it's not good. The filmmakers got sloppy with this one. The writing is even sloppier here than what we're accustomed to seeing. This is just a downright pitiful episode, but it brings enough laughter to me that I'm willing to give it a few extra points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it seemed like sort of the theme of the 4 episodes that we watched, minus the previous episode. That seemed like the writing was lacking, or they didn't give a damn at all here. Yeah, it seemed like that they had something going, but it seemed like a lot of miscues, sort of say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but I would say the Saw Sharkus suit is pretty good for that matter. But yeah, the whole table thing that was
again unintentionally hilarious.
yeah. But yeah, nonetheless, I mean, same thing over and over again, but some things were just not sort of clicking. So I would say the previous episode was the best episode out of the four episodes this time around. So with that, I would give episode 67. I'll be generous with this. I'll give it a C-.
You've been generous the whole episode, though.
Except for the very first one, though, where I gave it the same grade.
All right. So with that said, thank you so much for joining us either via our video stream or audio. We will be back in a couple weeks talking about the 2014 Godzilla film and how it's not only 10 years of that film, but 10 years of the Monsterverse. And sort of that individual movie's legacy and it shaping the Monsterverse into what it is now. So once again, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again in a couple more weeks.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.